Hey everyone, welcome to today's video, and I'm glad you guys are here. So this is the first time I'm doing something like this, but I'm actually enjoying it. So I'm just going to be walking you guys through the process that I do when I'm drawing some of these things, and today we're looking at this Cinderess. So it's simple. It's just gonna show you what I usually start off with, because people usually ask me how I go about this, and the fact that this actually records in speed format, you don't get the real time to see exactly how I do, every stroke of the brush. So what's gonna go ahead and happen, as you see here on the side of the video, I'm going ahead and blocking in, to get the idea of the Pokemon fast. And this happens to everything when I'm drawing characters, when I'm drawing Pokemon, when I'm drawing in real life, or everything. What I do on this one, I'm using Procreate. I usually fast box out everything, and then you can see I'm on the second layer now. What happens is I blur down the first layer a little bit, and then on the second layer I go in hard a little bit, and now you could see what's happening here is that I'm going in more into the details, and I'm trying to get all the perspective and the proportions right. So when that is done, usually one idea or one layer that I don't skip is creating an ink form of that drawing. Usually if I'm creating a coloring book, this is where I end, and the inking part is usually the coloring page that you guys see in my books. And if you haven't seen my books, you could go ahead. I'm gonna leave the link to them in the description of this video. You can check out my Amazon store. You buy them just on a regular Amazon website, like you used to buy your everyday stuff. That's where my books are, and you could go ahead and pick up some. So now you could see I started blocking in the colors, but that's not the end. So with the colors, usually after I prepare my color palette, I go ahead and put down color flats, like like just the plain colors that I want to be in there. And then afterwards you could see what's happening here now, like I'm shading right in between his thighs and all over the place. So what happens is I just usually change the hue of the color a little bit, just change the concentration of the color a little bit, make it either brighter or darker depending on where I want the shadows or the lights to be, and you can see it's happening in here. Now, the last actually form of video that I put up had a Charizard. I'm going to link it to this video here up top. It had a Charizard that had a 3D feeling to it, which is exactly what the same format I'm going for in this Cinderess. And all these reference images are coming from a game called Pokemon Unite, because in there Pokemon actually feel like they're 3D. And I love drawing my work to come out a little bit 3D-ish, like you see the feeling we're going for here. So what happens if you want that to happen, in a very natural format, is you have now to go back in and take out the outline. You can see the outline that we had in here that was black with the inker brush that I used. So I have to go in there and peel all that out while I'm actually paying attention to where the lights and the shadows are coming in into the drawing. I usually take out that outside outline at the end to make everything feel round, to make everything have a 3D version to it. You want to show that it's kind of an infinite. If you are molding, say if you're sculpting something, it literally does not have a line underneath it. It doesn't have a line on the edge. So that is the feeling I'm going for here. So you take that off and make your work as curved as possible. If you go to the official Pokédex, you're going to see that all the work is 2D. So what is happening in there, like most of my work you see on here, because I draw the official Pokemons, how they appear in the official Pokédex, that after they do the outline or ink work, they just go in and paint. It's like line and wash if you were to do watercolor and ink. But what happens if you want to get that 3D feeling to it? You have to take the outline out, and sometimes I just replace the outline with a different color and make it kind of blend in with that part of the drawing. So that way I actually have an infinite drawing. It doesn't feel like it has an outline to it, if you know what I mean. But it takes time. It takes time for you to actually get to that. The only thing that helps a lot is the fact that I'm actually drawing on an iPad. So I'm drawing on it feels so much natural to do it this way, because you can imagine if you had just done it on a paper and you had inked down with permanent ink, going back onto it to add color to it, or get rid of that background. For example, you can see here what's happening in the ears. You can see in Cinderella's ears, even the inner curvatures had some kind of outline to them, but I just went in there and peeled that out, and then not just ending on peeling it out, but putting both dark shadows on the side of the ear and putting light on the other side of the ear, even in the inside, to make the curvature feel a little bit more 3D. So it's interesting how you could go ahead and get those effects. But this drawing took me about 6 hours. Yeah, about 6 hours to finish. But Procreate, what it does is it records down for you all the strokes of the brushes, so you can have a sped up video at the end of it all. And that way it gives you about, I think this is about 8 minutes 50 something seconds that you can actually take and edit in the editing program like I did for this one. So that is that. About the process. There's not much to it, but what is going to go ahead and happen in the future, I'll give you guys a little bit more exposure to it by going in and showing you really the real time kind of drawing, so you can see every time I take a brush and I chip away, you'll be able to see all that as it unfolds. So that is it for this video. If you wanted, I know people who a lot of us Pokemon nerds are going to go ahead and ask me where Cinderella's pebble is, but usually what happens is, you know about Cinderella, it juggles a pebble with its feet, turning it into a burning soccer ball. So he has like a soccer ball, but it's also a pebble, so he keeps kicking it, and that's his attack format. He keeps kicking it and it comes right back to his feet. It's like kind of a boomerang, and that's how he attacks. And he's really a humanoid Pokemon. Really a beautiful Pokemon. I really like the color palettes on him, and the white up top and the yellow kind of brightens him and make him fly. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'll be really delighted to have you join the team. We do a lot of these, and it's so much fun. If you join us, you'll figure it out. It's a lot more fun, and I have a lot of things coming up, including tutorials on how to do all this work, or how to draw all these things from scratch. And you don't want to miss on those. You don't want to miss on those too if you are actually Pokemon fan. Some of them are going to be Pokemon, others are going to be real life drawing, others are going to be character design, and a lot of them. And all this work is done. All I need is to just go through it, edit it, and put it out for you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. Bye bye for now.